Phawngpui Blue Mountain National Park is named after the highest peak in Mizoram, Phawngpui, which has a height of 2157 meters. It is revered as the abode of the gods. In Lai language, Phawng means meadow and Pui means great. So, the place means great meadow. Pharpak is the flat top area, which means pine only. It was declared a national park in 1992. It is around 250 kilometers from Aizawl, the capital of Mizoram and the nearest airport. It is situated in Lanklai district near the Mizoram's southeastern border, staring at the hills of Myanmar and overlooking the Chimtuipui or Kaladan River. The ridge spans nearly 10 kilometers and goes in north to south direction and is part of Mizo or Lusai Hill. The park covers 50 square kilometers. There is a semicircular series of cliffs on the western side, which is called Thajuang Kham. On the top, there is a flat ground of around 2 square kilometers in area, where the forest rest house is also situated. The area is full of greens consisting many species of rhododendrons, orchids, bamboos and oak. Tall peaks, rocky edges and sharp cliffs of these hills look dreamy due to blue haze color. The area is heavily underexplored due to its remote location and difficult terrains. Among mammals, notable are goral, serow, barking deer, sambar, hollow gibbon, stump-tailed macaque. There were sighting records of clouded leopards also. Among birds, it has the endemic Mount Victoria's babax, which is seen only in this park in India. Also, other Mizoram endemics like Hume's tree creeper, stripe-breasted woodpecker, Chin Hill's wren babbler are targets for all. You have to come to this place if you want to see all birds of India. Let us see different places and habitats in Pharpak that we should be birding and what kinds of birds we can see there. Please note, the purpose of this video is to enable you with the place so that you know what to expect where instead of bothering your guide about the same. Also, while waiting for a bird, you know what else to expect in that habitat. You'll still need a guide to take you to the right place to see the bird and identify the bird when a bird call or song is heard. I went there with Orko Sarkar and would endorse him as guide and tour organizer. I have published 3 videos where I have shown the birds I have seen in Pharpak and will request viewers to see those to know more about these birds. These are Fantastic 4 Birds of Pharpak, Mizoram Endemic, Top 10 Target Birds of Phawngpui Blue Mountain National Park, Northeast Endemic, and Birds of Phawngpui Blue Mountain National Park. In this video, I'll just limit myself to showing the locations and 1 or 2 snaps of these birds. Let's start with the place we stayed, Forest Rest House, which I'll call Efarich from now on. There is a lawn in front of it where different birds come for leftover food like Indian blue robin, olive-backed pipit, striped laughing thrush, etc. Striped laughing thrush is also seen in good numbers on the trees around Efarich. There is a large pine tree in front of the Efarich where stripe-breasted woodpecker used to have a nest, which was burned by a thunder few years back. In fact, after 4 days of search, we could finally see the stripe-breasted woodpecker on a tree adjacent to Efarich. Another rare bird we'll hear calls in morning and evening is mountain bamboo partridge. In fact, we had a fantastic 10-minute sighting of a pair in the lawn in front of Efarich just before sunset. If you take the pathway that goes just behind the kitchen, you'll go through some excellent bush and bamboo habitats and finally arrived at a small water stream which passes over a hard rock area seeming like concrete. On the right side, we saw a light hide created using straw when we visited in 2024 summer. I strongly suggest you spend some time here as my fellow birders saw super shy Assam laughing thrush, pygmy kapwing and many other birds there in open and got fantastic shots. I went there but sadly didn't spend much time. I got these pictures of yellow-bellied fantail. Suggest after 10 am when the light is harsh and bird activity in open areas have reduced, you come here and spend 1 to 2 hours before going back to FRH for bath and lunch. Please come with your guide as you might get lost in unknown forest. The height can accommodate 2 to 3 people, 4 being max. When you go towards north, which is on the left side if you face the FRH, you will find the pathway you took while coming to FRH from Sangao. As you take this road and walk northwards, you will see open grassland on the left and forest on the right. This forest is where we saw Hume's tree creeper most of the time. If that is your target species, you should maximize your time here. Stripe-breasted woodpecker is also seen here, but we didn't see it. Occasionally, we saw striped laughing thrush here. On the left of this pathway, there is an open grassland where we found brown bush warbler in summer. In March-April, the area is full of this bird. They make nest and breed here. Found this open area with a small water body very interesting. Was expecting some wildlife to be around to drink water, but in none of the visits we found any. On a tree near this area, we found blitzpipit on a treetop. If you continue to go northwards, the road takes a right turn towards Sangao. The road is also a great birding area which I have covered in video, birding in Mizoram, Sangao to Farpak via Thartlang. You can continue till you see Phawngpui National Park gate, beyond which activity will come down. It will take a whole session and generally covered when you come up from Sangao, or better when you go down to Sangao. Later will save you from strenuous climbing up on a hill pathway. The forest around the cliffs is also excellent birding place. We saw Mount Victoria's babbacks here, but heard few others saw it in the forest. Streak-breasted scimitar babbler was also seen in the same area. Here on third day, Orko heard the calls of Chin Hill's wren babbler, and after some time we saw one pair there. The dark-sided flycatcher is also consistently seen in this area. Given an opportunity, you should be ready to spend more time in this area, as I feel there are potential for many other birds like Blitz tragopan. On the west side of FRH, around the cliff, is an excellent place for sunset photography. Stripe-breasted woodpecker flew to this side and hence should also be a potential bird. As you take the southward pathway, you'll come at an open area which is the best place to take pictures of flavescent bulbul, crested finchbill, golden-throated barbet, russet bush warbler, etc. On the way, Orko showed us a place where he found a hole through a wall behind which some water was accumulated. This is an excellent height to see many birds from close eye level and photograph. I spent over 2 hours here in 2 days and got many good shots of grey sibia, whiskered euhina, Rufous doing fulveta, several warblers here. He also showed another hide next to a flowing water where we couldn't spend much time but felt would be a great place to see shy birds. If you're going with him, ask him to take you there. Only 1 to 2 people should go there as not much space there to photograph. If you continue southwards walk, you will go through some excellent habitats of bush and forest. Once you enter the canopy, watch out for Chin Hill's wren babbler. We saw the first pair here. I also saw white-browed picolet, rufous-wing fulveta and many other birds here. As you come out in open, you will see the tallest peak of Phawngpui National Park, which is 2157 meter tall, higher than hill station Darjeeling. Take some pictures of it. There's a trekking trip to go to the top, but you won't have time for that in birding trip. You can see the Myanmar villages in the far. This is where we saw the spot-breasted parrotbill. In our trip, Orko showed us all target species I had. Trust your trip would also be equally fruitful. Here, I must tell a story. On our third day, we spent entire time walking around the pathway towards north in search of stripe-breasted woodpecker. We are not seeing much bird except occasional Hume's tree creeper. Some of us were annoyed and decided not to repeat the same stretch. But it is on this stretch, on the last day, we saw the stripe-breasted woodpecker. Probability we cannot change, but with more time, we can increase our chances of sighting. Hope the above narrative would help you understand why you are spending time in an area and not question your guide. The Blue Mountains is a wonderful view to watch and photograph. Waves of mountains, as far as our vision goes, gives a unique opportunity for both photo and video. In Himalayas, invariably one or two tall mountains would be there which will guard the view in the back. However, in Blue Mountains at Phar Pak, you are at a height and hills are mostly of similar heights as the range goes towards Myanmar, allowing several layers of hills to be seen and photographed. Trajuang Kham is a unique creation of nature. The tall cliffs around deep valleys gives unique compositions that you won't get to see in many places. You can create different views from different places as the angles and positions change. The view itself changes from morning mist when it faces sun to evening colors when the sun is behind. You will see many kinds of plants, flowers and orchids here. I am not a botany expert and won't be able to name the species, but you can still appreciate the beauty of this. Watching the sunset in Phar Pak is a lifetime experience. Both from the edge of the cliff to inside near FRH. The pictures might look nice, but I must say the reality was much better. It's a regret that I was so deeply absorbed in watching the changing colors that I didn't take as many pictures as I should have. If you travel there, do not make this mistake. With that, let me conclude the video here. Hopefully, you got an idea about the place and will find it useful in your trip. Please watch other videos in my Mizoram playlist to see other hotspots we visited on our way. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.